Survivors, it's me, Coby, with Coby Games to Survive. This is the quickest and easiest, no bullshit guide for Hunt Showdown 1896. All these other guides are saying the same shit. It's boring. It didn't give me any help. Today we're covering the settings, the hunter skills, all around our loadout. We'll throw in pro tips, and then we'll hop into the round that they have here to show you how to actually play the game too. Don't forget the pro tips, guys. This one's huge. Let's go. Starting off with settings, we have resolution set at your max windowed resolution for your screen. I have full screen window, VSync off, cap your max frames at 60 or 90 if you're not like streaming or recording, unless you got like some fucking crazy PC. I have a 5080 and I just game at 60. I have HDR off. Just max out your settings. I have GPU tessellation on. See how it runs. If it seems weird, just go down to high. See how it runs. If it's still being weird, you're gonna have to lower your frames per second probably. Here are my controls and my sensitivity. I think I have really slow sensitivity compared to a lot of people. I'm rocking, I think, 800 DPI on my mouse, and then I have 1 for default. This was kind of confusing at first, so this is a kind of pro tip number 1. Default, this will adjust all of these when you adjust this one, so just set default to 1. Shoulder aim, that's just looking around without aiming or anything. That's just you looking around. Aim down sights, that's your iron sights, like your pistol iron sights. Some rifles have iron sights. Unless you're using a general scoped weapon, this is what this applies to. Hunters. Okay, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. These are your respawn characters. This is your hunter's brain. And the longer your hunter stays alive, your hunter will be able to retain more knowledge because he gets smarter and smarter, okay? And you'll be able to equip more and more perks. But for now, you haven't been in a raid. So you start with 10 of these upgrade points. So we're able to use 10 points in total, and we'll go over these perks here shortly. So you might start with a few hunters. I don't know why that confused me too. I just dismissed all of them. I shouldn't, because eventually after you die with your hunters, they're going to be gone. They're going to go until you're down to this last one, and then you'll go out there and get killed again. Now what? Now what do I do, Coby? Well, guess what? You can either hire a free hunter. These already have guns and equipment. I haven't even used these yet, so probably don't even fucking deal with these unless you're like really desperate. Or you can hire a paid hunter. So these are the 3 hunters that you get for free. Over time, you unlock these things called blood bonds. This is V-Bucks, guys. These are V-Bucks. So you get these while playing the game, but you can also buy them if you really want to. And then you can get special characters, special skins. That's what that currency is for. I'm gonna pick Mr. Hillbilly here, and you can see these all cost the same. Any ones that you have unlocked, like they're all gonna cost the same. So we just bought them. Pro tip number 2, you can adjust your health down here. I did not know that. I haven't seen that in any fucking guides. Just click on it, and then you can go the whole way down to having 1 health bar if you want more traits. If you want a big health bar and a small health bar, you can do that. So traits are really gonna rely on your class and what you're gonna do. This is very confusing looking, but I promise you it is not confusing. So just copy what I'm doing, because we're building a loadout here, and then it'll make sense. And then I'll explain some traits in a very simple way that nobody else does on YouTube that you can keep in mind moving forward. Some people might call me crazy for doing this. Keep in mind, I am a new player, but this is what has been doing well for me. The first trait that I'm going to equip is Magpie. I highly recommend this trait for all players. What this one does is once you banish a boss, it gives you antidote, stamina, and regeneration. If you're playing as a solo player, then it'll be double the amount. So I believe it's for 3 minutes. If you're playing solo, it'll be for like 6 minutes. The next trait that we're gonna get, this one is gonna be one that you can switch out if you're not really using a repeater or a lever action. But because of this future class that we're about to build, we're gonna pick this levering perk. This just lets us hip fire our cowboy gun really fast. So normal is like bang, bang. With this perk, as long as we're not aiming down sights, if we're just like this, then we can go bang, 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 bang. and it works really good. So that's what we're picking. Now we have 2 points left. A lot of people might like picking the adrenaline. This will allow you to sprint pretty fast once you get shot.
Hit the whole thing off there.
As long as it's in critical health. Almost every gun in this game, if you get shot, you're probably going to be in critical health. This is a good perk to pick, but I hate fire damage, so I'm going to pick Slave Skin. This is the only defense against fire damage, I think. I haven't looked too into these big boy perks. Don't worry about these guys right now. This is for way later in life, okay? Pro tip number 3, be mindful when you're equipping your perks, because once you remove your perks, they don't give you the same amount back, these upgrade points. So like really think before you equip them, because I unequipped a few times and my new character that has 10 upgrade points, brand new character, somehow had 8. And I'm like, is this guy glitched? Is there a trait glitch? No, it was just because I was equipping perks and I was like, I don't want that one. Remove. I don't want that one. Remove. And then I ended up with less trait points. Time for our loadout. Okay, so I deleted all my stuff in my inventory just to make this super easy. These are your saved loadouts. You start with 3 of them. Obviously, you can see that I cleared these out for us, so there's nothing here. This is our character. This is a saved loadout. So you can adjust this without spending money. But if you adjust this, it's going to spend money. So you can really experiment with different loadouts here without having to spend money. If I would do it on this guy, see, it just used money because I actually bought it and equipped it to my character. So I would recommend making your loadout here first until you get it down to where you want, and then it'll show you a total price here, and then you can buy it. If you already have an item bought that you are using in your saved loadout, it'll utilize that bought item so that you don't have to pay for it. So let's set up our loadout here. We want the infantry, then we want the LeMat. Pro tip number 4, if you have a primary and a secondary that carry the same ammo type, these are both small ammo. This is medium ammo. This is long ammo. This is shotgun ammo. If you carry a primary and a secondary that have the same ammo type, if you're using a special ammo, let's say incendiary, then once you pick up from a special crate, it'll give you double the ammo for this instead of just 1 poison and like 1 subsonic, as well as even the regular ammo. So that's worth doing. That's one thing to check out. The reason I like this pistol a lot is because it has a regular cylinder in it like any other revolver pistol, but there's also a shotgun shell in the center, which works really well. It'll down enemies very quickly if you're within, I think, 6 meters. Okay, tools. This is important. First, you need a knife, and hear me out. When I first saw guides on the internet, I was like, I don't need to bring all this expensive shit, dude. I'll just get in there and get out and I'll be fine. Well, I would almost die before getting to the boss, even if I didn't run into PvP. So bring the shit that I'm telling you. Knuckle knife. This is used to punch the flamey guys that shoot fire out of their mouths. You just do a light attack. I'll show you when we get in the raid. You don't heavy attack them because then they'll throw fire and they'll burn you and it's annoying. This is important. I just figured this out today too because I'm an idiot, but this is important. Knuckle knife. With that being said, there's like slash attacks and blunt attacks. So those flame guys, they need blunt attacks so that they don't shoot flames. Next is first aid kit. This is your main first aid that you're gonna use for health. Next is choke bombs. At first, I didn't think these were I thought these were dog doo-doo. I didn't know why anybody would use them. Just use a piece of dynamite or something cool. No, these choke bombs are needed. They can snuff out fire. They can take out some enemies. They can snuff out poison clouds, and you can throw them at enemies to push them out or make them cough and make them all fucking weird.
That stuff's gonna make me die, man.
No, that's good acid.
Hey, man, I never had it before, man. That's gonna make me die. It's gonna make me freak out, man. I seen those guys that walk around my neighborhood had too many acid, man. Their head looked like a pumpkin like that, man.
Wow, relax, man.
So use these. These are needed. Lastly, flare pistol. Again, another item. I was like, why would I spend the money on a fucking flare pistol that's just gonna let everybody know where I'm at? No, you need this. There's things called hordes that are like these zombies that have stinky vaginas, and they have flies flying all around them. And if you get anywhere close to them, it's so hard not to attract them. All these flies come after you. You just shoot this thing at them and they're dead. Also, when you kill somebody, there's a special perk, which I'll get to, that allows you to be revived or allows your friend to revive you from further away. And so shooting this flare pistol at a dead enemy can ensure that their health gets completely destroyed and they don't have the chance to revive again. You need the flare pistol. Consumables. I used to not want to bring any of these consumables. Now I do, because I have learned. You're going to want a regeneration shot, and you're going to possibly want a recovery shot. If you don't have the money for it, don't bring it. But if you're new like me, you probably should. You'll probably live more often than not by bringing one. And then I'll let it up to you if you want to bring a antidote shot. A lot of people like bringing an antidote shot. I don't really have an issue with it too much. It's more for PvP. Like if you're PvPing, you're probably going to want an antidote shot if you're in like high level servers, because a lot of people are probably going to be using like poison ammo. But for regular raids, I would say you're okay not bringing it. Pro tip number 5, the ammo is like you can use up your ammo. So like if you're using special ammo, you don't have to be like, oh, I don't want to use all my ammo so I have more for next round. It doesn't work like that. You'll have to equip this before each round if you want special ammo. Your regular ammo here, if you don't want special ammo, you don't have to pay money. You don't have to click anything here. Just leave this blank and it'll start you with full ammo every time. Okay, now that we have our class set up how we want it, you can see that we can equip it for $404 here, and we can also rename it if we want to. Another thing I wanted to show you before we buy that loadout, remember we purchased this gun. So we don't have to pay for this gun right now because it's already in our inventory. Even if it wasn't showing here, like even if we had this unequipped, see, it would still cost 404 because it's still in our ass.
Oh, and when I did that in front of him, he just stopped texting me.
This little backpack icon can sell items by clicking on it and then clicking V. And if we go back, we can see now that this costs more because we need to purchase a gun too, since we don't have it. So let's buy our loadout. We'll equip it and it'll generate that. And see, now it's cost 0 again because we own everything that's in this loadout. And before we leave the guns, once you guys start feeling like you want to experiment with your own guns and your own play style, best pro tip I can give you to sort weapons is 1, hide lock so that you're not seeing things that you don't have access to. 2, if you want a fast shooting gun or a pistol, a light pistol, click this button. This will bring up some of the lighter pistols. There's exceptions, but it'll bring up the lighter guns too that are able to kind of have a little bit faster fire rate. If you want a heavy gun or a heavy pistol, click these right here. And this will show you all of the medium to large to shotgun guns that you can use. And then of course you have your special, which is just like bows and stuff. Another thing is contraband items. That confused me pretty bad. If you kill a hunter, the only thing that you can pick up from them is their guns, and then you can loot their body and it'll autofill these areas right here for your consumables and your tools. If they have anything on them that's of use that you don't already have, you don't get to choose. It just goes, hey, this guy has this shit, fill you up, you're good now. But you can pick up their gun, and that is not contraband. You can sell that gun, you can keep that gun. Now, if there's a gun that's in a in-game crate or an in-game shelf, or you find it in the corner of a
fucking basement or something,
and you're like, oh, this is better than my gun, or I like this gun, I'm gonna pick this up, that item will now be contraband. It's not too bad, it's just that you can't sell it, and that's it. You just can't sell it, but you can use it. You just can't sell it. And you can have as many as you want, and they stack, but you can't sell it, okay? and you can click that contraband button right here. All right, we're really close to going into the shooting range to show you why and how I use this class. Before we run into the shooting range to go over this loadout, I wanted to show off some of those perks and also explain some perks that I found along my way so far that have either been confusing or really good. This one you're gonna see a lot in a lot of guides. It was confusing to me. I'm like, what burn trait? Am I gonna have to defeat a boss to like get something to be able to use this again if I use it? No. It's super simple. You equip it just like any other perk. It costs 4 points. What it allows you to do is if you're in a group, you have to go into dark side and then you hold your mouse button and you can revive your teammate from further away. If you're solo, you can trigger a revive on yourself. Here's the catch. Once you use this perk, it burns it and removes it from your hunter's traits. So you have to pay another 4 upgrade points to equip it to your hunter again, which those upgrade points come pretty quick, so it's not too big of an issue unless you have to use it like early on, but you're probably not using this too early on anyways. The next perk I wanted to point out was fanning. This allows you to hip fire your pistol really fast. It's pretty much the same as levering, just for your pistol. I really like this. Doctor is really good because it doubles the amount of health restored by this first aid kit. And resilience is easy to sleep on, but it is really well, considering the fact that most times that you get downed and you're being revived, there's enemies close or there's enemies camping your dead body. So having that extra health saves you from time having to use the consumables and gives you a better chance at surviving once you're up and running around. Okay, that's pretty much all the hard stuff out of the way that I can think of. If you don't heal up all the way, like if you get one of these bars blacked out while you're in raid, you will have to go in here and you'll have to add a small or a big bar again to get back up to full health. So I wanted to mention that too. Bounty Hunt is your main game mode. I recommend sticking to Bounty Hunt for right now. This is a longer game mode where you're collecting, 3 clues, going to the boss, fighting the boss, getting the token, getting out, maybe finding some secret loot spots on the map along the way. Bounty Clash, this is very hard and very PvP heavy. Keep in mind it costs just as much to bring your loadout into Bounty Clash as it does in your regular Bounty Hunter mode, and the chances of you dying are a lot higher. Literally, I've spawned into matches of Bounty Clash where it's just full on like sniping across the map. It's just straight up killing each other pretty much. Then we have Soul Survivor. This is the PUBG Fortnite mode of the game. It's a little slower pace than I imagined. I only played it a time or two, but essentially you spawn in. Changing your hunter doesn't do anything. It's just for looks. You spawn in either with random, a mid-range weapon, a short-range weapon, or a melee weapon, and then you have to scavenge and loot for some better weapons and then fight people. You have your tutorial, basic and advanced. I highly recommend doing these. We're going to be doing advanced today. And then shooting range. Let's hop into shooting range just to show you the class and how we utilize it. We will hop into the advanced training and speed run the clues and the boss. All right, here we are in the shooting range. We are safe here. This is our repeater. Look at the firing speed difference. That's aim down sight. This is now with our levering perk, hip firing. So obviously, pretty big difference there. That will help a lot if you're in close quarters. That's what this next gun's for, the Lamont. So here's the trick. This gun has regular pistols, regular fucking bullets, and then if you click your assigned button, then it'll switch the lever and it'll shoot a shotgun shell. You'll have to reload it. But this thing one hits pretty easy. So here's the trick, right guys? So this is our target. we're in a raid. We want to walk around with this guy if you're in close quarters and you want it on shotgun mode. And then you're like, oh shit, oh fuck. So that's kind of the trick, is you fire off that shotgun shell and then boom. If you're out in the open, like even out here, I would be rocking your lever action here. Lever, same difference. Potato. Next we have our knife. Let's just say this is one of those fire breather guys that runs after you like a crackhead. What you don't want to do is this, because then he's gonna roar fire at you like a fucking dragon. Whoa, that guy almost headbutted us. What you do want to do is light attack like this, and then that'll kill him without him throwing the fire. Next we have our first aid kit. This has 3 uses. And if you have that perk we talked about earlier, then it'll do more healing than what you have now. Let's get on fire here. Okay, so I'm burning. This could be the point of using small health bars, because then you won't lose all of this. If I'd stop my burning now, I would only lose a small health bar. See? But since I have big health bars, it all goes away. So it's kind of a trade-off if you want to permanently lose a little bit of health along your journey, or if you want to risk being able to heal all the way again or permanently losing a big chunk. So we're going to be able to heal our burn. You see, we're burnt, so we can't heal right now because we're burnt. Once this goes away, you'll see what happens. This is a great test here. It's going better than I planned, guys. This is my first tutorial. Okay, so you're like, okay, Coby, well, what do? I got my first aid kit, but I can't replenish my health bar. Well, since it burnt all the way out, you silly, you don't have that health bar anymore. But thankfully, we brought a recovery shot. So we'll use this recovery shot. It'll give us our health bar back. And now, since all the burning's away, we'll be able to use our first aid kit, and we're all back to normal. We're all good. We could have also used this regeneration shot. So this is the same as your first aid kit, except for it does it slower. You can see at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it shows it's good for, I think, 4 minutes. So this is good for like if you're in and out of a gunfight and then you pop that so that you're healing while fighting, pretty much, or while like listening. Pro tip number 6 or 7, I fucking lost count at this time. I guess I'm a pro with tips. Any gun in this game will one-shot headshot. So this is a penny shooter. This is a Derringer. You can see it only does 74 damage. But if we aim at the head, one shot. So you can use any gun that you want. That's why I like to prioritize fire rate a little bit more over like scoped weapons and stuff, but it's up to you. Now we got our choke bombs here. Like I said, these put out fire, poison. There's those necros, those fire zombies. It helps kill those too. And you can get hit by your own traps, and there's friendly fire, obviously. So do not shoot your friends unless you're an asshole and you hate them. And don't walk in your own trap. I thought I'd just catch this on fire so I can show off these smoke bombs in action here. Choke bombs, sorry. Epstein bombs is what I call them. So look, I just popped out the fire, but if you walk in it, look, you'll start coughing, and look what it does to your aim. So this is really good. Like if you saw someone go and they ran back in there, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Let's see if I can get that, flush this guy out. He's probably camping back there. And you hear his ass coughing, dude, you just come up here and fucking blast his ass. Let's take this new knowledge that we've acquired and our loadout that we have made and go into a training scenario and hunt our first boss. How about her? Okay, so this is a perfect example for the flare gun. I'll switch my pistol over to shotgun automatically when I spawn in. And I also look to see where the closest clue is. Looks like right there. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna pull out our flare gun. I didn't show this one off in the training ground. But if you shoot her, it takes her out. And it takes those fucking pesky flies out. These crows, don't alarm them because they're fucking loud as shit, dude. They're literally... You want to hear how loud they are? That's how loud they are. And I think there's a perk that stops you from alerting things like that and getting attacked by bugs and shit. So pretty much you don't want to shoot unless you have to. All of these little zombie guys, you're probably going to yell at me for calling them zombies. I forget what they're called. Here's our clue, by the way. And also, in a real game, you will get a currency from finding clues and banishing bosses. It looks like a little gray circle. It'll be on the screen now. That currency is used to open like special loot that you find in the game. There's no way to view it on the map. You just literally have to run around and look for like broken wagons and shit, and it'll tell you it might require 1 of those coins to unlock or 3 coins to unlock a crate for like a gun or something. So yeah, these guys you heavy attack in the head. And we don't want to shoot. Even though there's no real players in here right now, I'm going to treat it like it kind of is. We're okay. Okay, so we got our clue. Our next clue looks like it's over here. You can hear the spider in there. Let's see if this works. No way. Yeah, that works really well for those guys. Or, like I said, you can use the light hit on here. Normally, you have to find 3 clues. I guess we already found it. I came back to this clue because I wanted to show you guys, too. If you come up to find a clue and interact with it, if it looks like this but it's like white in the center, then that means somebody already found that clue and like you're searching a clue somebody touched too. But if it's closed, if there's like debris on top of this circle here, then that means no one's touched it yet. Nice. Where is this fucking spider at? Okay, we took a beating there. Ah! Ah! Oh my god. Ah. Ah. So, as you can see, sometimes things get a little hairy. Also, I wouldn't be standing out in the open like this if I was in a game. You'd probably want to fucking hunker up somewhere. You can find ammo refills here. Oh, these big guys, they drop more traits, more perks. Forgot about healing. Here we go. Alright, and then once you're done killing the boss, you just click F on it and it banishes it. And then you click F again on where you banished it and you get a token. And then you go into Dark Sight, and if you click your right mouse button, you can see these orange people if they're within 75 meters of you. Other than that, you just run to the exit, extract, and move on with your day.